Footage from a patrol car dash cam and an officer's body camera shows a call that began as a routine dispatch after witnesses reported a violent assault, but with a bizarre twist. The caller claimed it was a zombie attack. They said one person was literally eating another. Skeptical but duty-bound, the responding officer went to investigate. As he pulled up and stepped out, he was confronted by a horrifying sight. A man straddling another on the ground, biting into his flesh.
Hey! 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 Let me see your hands! 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 Hey! 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 Hey!
Was it an act of cannibalism, a drug-induced psychosis, or simply someone who had completely lost control of their mind? How could anyone begin to explain such a thing? Could zombies actually be real? The officer drew his weapon and fired warning shots, shouting for the man to raise his hands. But the so-called zombie didn't react. He just kept eating. Even as more shots rang out, the man didn't flinch, remaining fixated on his victim. It wasn't until the fourth shot that the officer finally brought him down. Afterward, no official details were ever released, and some even claimed the case was classified. The fact that the incident truly occurred only makes it more chilling. Could this have been a real-life encounter with a zombie? In this next video, posted by the Texas Police Department, the pursuit looks routine at first. Lights, sirens, a driver who finally gives up. But when officers step up to the stopped car, the chase turns into something far stranger than anyone expected.
You're next. Or you should be.
There's no one outside, no one behind the wheel, and the van is locked.
Where's it gone?
It's magic.
It's in the back. In the back? He stopped to think he's hiding in the back. There's no one in the driver or
There's no one inside, not behind the driver's seat, not behind the passenger seat. To their surprise, the car was completely empty and locked with the engine turned off. There were no signs that anyone had been in the car at all. The driver had simply vanished. On December 25th, 2020, a 63-year-old man named Anthony Quinn Warner drove his RV to Nashville, Tennessee's 2nd Avenue, and woke up nearby residents with the sound of a robotic digital female voice coming from his RV, warning everyone around the vehicle to evacuate the area.
All buildings in this area must be evacuated now. All buildings in this area must be evacuated now. If you can hear this message, evacuate now. If you can hear this message.
Soon, the female voice repeatedly mentioned that the RV was going to detonate, and a little after 6 a.m., the voice became more and more insistent, announcing that the vehicle would detonate in 15 minutes. In the body cam footage that was later released by the authorities, a group of Nashville police officers can be seen walking around the downtown area, urging any stragglers to evacuate for their own safety.
You're not in trouble, but there is something serious happening down the road.
Go for 11.
Okay? Do you mind going down to 2nd and
Where do they need to go when they are evacuated?
That's so weird. That's like something out of a movie.
Like The Purge?
Yeah.
Evacuate now.
Keep watching the Purge.
Evacuate now. Stay clear of the vehicle. Stay clear of the vehicle.
The robotic voice and its ominous warnings give the whole scene an extremely eerie vibe. Like, as the police officer mentioned, something out of the movie The Purge. Strangely, the RV also broadcasted snippets of the 1964 hit song Downtown by Patla Clark, which is a song about how if you're feeling sad or lonely, you should go downtown and you'll feel better in the hustle and bustle of the city. Unfortunately, the robotic voice wasn't bluffing, and just 15 minutes later, the RV detonated near the AT&T building, causing damage to more than 50 buildings and even collapsing a few of them with its massive blast radius. In the aftermath of the incident, the cops can be seen assessing the damage and moving nearby pedestrians to safety through body cam footage that can only be described as apocalyptic.
Are you guys okay?
What's up, guys?
Where's your car? Okay, go to your car. What's going on?
myself and 215 are all going around.
Man, make sure all units are direct. There may be ammo in that vehicle. We don't need anybody coming up the Second Avenue exposed.
You okay? Yeah, I'm good, man. I appreciate it.
Even though the explosive inside the RV was extremely powerful, the cops managed to evacuate most of the nearby residents. And thankfully, nobody outside the RV lost their lives. Although 3 people were injured and had to be hospitalized after the vehicle incident, the only person who lost his life was Anthony Warner himself, who was still inside the vehicle at the time of the detonation. After the incident, the authorities started digging deep into Anoni's past to figure out what could have caused him to do something so insane, and what they found was pretty disturbing. As it turned out, Warner was pretty much a paranoid loner obsessed with conspiracy theories about shape-shifting alien lizards that were trying to take over the world. It was also revealed that 16 months before the explosion, Warner's girlfriend had called the cops to report that Anthony had been building explosives inside the RV outside their home. Even more disturbingly, less than a week before Christmas, Warner's neighbor had reportedly asked him if Santa was going to bring him anything good for Christmas, to which Warner replied, "Oh yeah, Nashville and the world are never going to forget me." But despite the clear desire for attention, the cops never managed to truly figure out Warner's motive, and it was eventually concluded that he probably didn't want to hurt anyone, and that a fatal cancer diagnosis mixed with other factors had contributed to Warner's declining mental health. On November 22, 2021, 2 police officers were dispatched to search a home after the tenant suspected a break-in. The young woman had arrived to find the front door standing wide open and called for help. Officers entered to look for intruders, but what they encountered was far stranger than anyone expected, something they couldn't explain. The events that followed left them terrified and in disbelief, all captured on their body cameras.
And how many rooms do you have?
2 upstairs and 1 downstairs.
All right, we're gonna have to go and search the house. Is it okay if we go in?
Yeah, of course.
You don't have any like pets or dogs or anything?
No.
Right. Just stay here, man.
Police, if anyone's here, make yourself known.
Police. Anyone inside?
I'm gonna check downstairs, you get upstairs.
Police. Anyone inside, make yourself known.
Downstairs clear.
Yeah, we're good.
All the closets in the house appeared to be empty, and the place itself looked half abandoned, even though people were supposed to be living there. According to the official report, the woman had been renting the property from a company for about a month. Now, before you ask, here's why the police didn't turn on any lights. When entering an unfamiliar home, finding light switches can take time. And in situations like this, time can mean the difference between life and death. The officers needed to stay alert and ready for any threat, keeping their attention on the potential danger ahead. But then the truly strange things started happening. Doors inside the house began opening on their own just as the officers approached. Their breathing grew heavier. The tension in the air was undeniable. And then, footsteps. Loud, distinct footsteps coming from right behind them. But when they turned around, no one was there. No intruder. No signs of anyone else in the house. Nothing. So how do you explain something like this? How can you witness something so real and not believe in the paranormal? This video, like so many others, remains a complete mystery to this day. Before we move on to the next video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and ring the bell so you never miss the next creepy upload. On December 31st, 2022, 3 police officers were dispatched to a house after a neighbor reported loud, uncanny noises, deep guttural sounds, heavy thumps, and high-pitched screeches unlike anything he'd heard. When officers arrived, what they found disturbed them so deeply that a paramedic was called in immediately, and the footage that survives comes from the medic's camera. They had no idea the building had once belonged to a family of cannibals who allegedly took pleasure in butchering human flesh and serving it as exotic dishes. The family is long gone, the house now dilapidated and crumbling in a small Polish town. But on New Year's Eve, a 20-year-old named Kamila entered with friends, intent on summoning the spirits of that sinister clan and their victims. It proved to be a terrible idea. Kamila suddenly turned erratic and wild, then barricaded herself in a room. According to her friends, it was as if she'd been possessed by one of the cannibals. Officers were shaken and frightened by what they witnessed. This is not a prank or a made-up story, they insisted. Keep watching, and you'll see what they saw.
Jezu, jak to ona tak warczy? Ja pierdzielę.
Kurwa, tak?
No, totalnie.
Pierdolę, ja dostaję tylko 5000 zł, kurwa, tam. Idź tam do...
Uważaj.
Kamila! Kamila!
Ona jest nad nami u góry, od góry coś widzi.
Znamione byśmy się zrobili pozycjami, to może mógłbyśmy sami zrobić. Odsuń się i
Nie?
można, bo łeb, kurwa.
Drut ma jakiś.
They heard something moving upstairs. Camilla's disturbing behavior made it impossible for the officers to get inside, so as a last resort, they tried to enter through the attic from outside the house. But the attempt didn't go as planned.
Tu jesteś, dzikuska. Chodź, misiu. Nie bardziej jak świnia, kurwa. Chodź. Chodź tu, kurwo. Chodź tu, Kamilka. Kamilka, tu coś cię widzę. To nie czołgaj się. Kamilka. Kamilka, dziecko cię woła. Kamilka. Wiktoria cię woła.
The officers called out to Camilla, but she wouldn't respond. The next portion of footage was cut, but eventually she was pulled out by force and taken to the hospital. That's where things grew even stranger. Upon arrival, she acted completely normal, as if nothing had happened, and said she remembered none of it. Doctors found no signs of mental illness, and tests showed no intoxicating substances in her system. To this day, neither Camilla nor her friends can explain what happened in that house. Was it possession or a brief, inexplicable psychotic episode?
On June 6, 2024, a video surfaced showing a female police officer at a routine traffic stop involving a woman named Sarah. The on-screen caption reads, "Woman vanishes into thin air on the road. Police officer loses composure. The officer turns to head back to her patrol car, then notices Sarah's registration is expired. When she turns back to the vehicle, Sarah has mysteriously disappeared from the car.
Don't mind, but... Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle?
No, of course not.
Alright. Sit tight, Sarah. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Your registration is What the?
Sarah?
What the heck? Sarah? 3201. Did this...
The clip first shows the supposed incident from the officer's body camera. Then a second angle from the dash cam provides a repeat of the event from an alternative viewpoint. On October 4th, 2024, a man sits down with his girlfriend to watch a horror movie. He has already seen the film and knows she'll react in a funny way, so he decides to record her reaction while she watches it for the first time. The couple has also just moved into a house right next to a cemetery, not to mention they have a spooky collection of clown dolls and other strange things. So while she's watching the movie, this happens.
And of the Son, and the Holy Spirit, by this sign of the Holy Cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with the Father and the Holy Spirit. Damien!
It's not even scary.
It is scary.
It's not.
Look down and pity.
You killed your mother.
You killed your mother. You killed your mother. You killed.
The clown doll on the wall suddenly moves right after the Exorcist face appears on the screen, instantly catching the boyfriend's attention and scaring them. Many viewers have told them by watching these type of paranormal movies, they can unknowingly open a portal in their house. But the couple isn't convinced that things has something to do with cemetery itself. And they might be right, because the next night the girl decides to show her viewers the cemetery while asking advice when something absolutely terrifying is captured.
Part 2 of my scary clown video. Okay, so I thought I'd show you that I actually do live across the road from a cemetery. Normally this stuff doesn't scare me, but the clown kind of did. But I find this a very peaceful, restful place. I've walked in here a few times. I've been here about a week. Yeah. So, I don't know, maybe I need some sage, because the scary clown is kind of scary, and I'd rather not have that happen again. So, any tips and advice would be great. Thank you!
Right after she mentions that she needs sage, you can see a dark shadow figure moving behind one of the tombstones before it disappears. The girl was planning to use sage to cleanse the house, but as we've seen before, sometimes that makes things worse, so it's possible we'll see more of them soon. In a previous video, I introduced you to the terrifying case of Rosanna from France. She is currently in legal proceedings after being tricked into buying a haunted house, and in the meantime, she has no choice but to stay there until everything is over. One day, she was testing a video projector she planned to give her children, when suddenly she heard creepy sounds coming from inside the fireplace, and so she decided to pray. But the prayer only made things worse. Pay attention.
C'est devant sur l'abri du triomphe, repose en nom du puissant. Je tiens à ta
All kinds of paranormal activity start to happen right after she tries to pray. She says she began to feel struck by paralysis, and her body began to burn, and it was so bad she had to cut the video short because it became too aggressive to keep recording. Rosanna still has no idea what is causing all the activity inside the house, and with no further answers, this remains a complete mystery. On September 9th, 2024, a girl who lived alone witnessed something creepy one night while recording a video of herself singing for her mother. She hears something like someone knocking at the door and decides to record it. This is what she captured.
¿Quién? ¿Quién anda ahí?
When she approaches the door, you can see a dark, creepy hand through the upper glass panel. But when she opens it and looks around the rooftop, there's no one there. Suddenly, a piece of clothing lifts up and then flies away. She explains that ever since she opened the door, whatever it was began visiting her more often, and creepy things started happening inside her house. One night while she tries to sleep, she hears it once more. Pay attention.
Mami, te grabo este video porque están tocando constantemente la puerta. Y están pasando cosas que no son normales. ¿Qué? ¿Quién? No hay nadie.
You can see the creepy hand again, but just like before, as soon as she opens the door, there's no one there. This time, when she goes back inside, something pulls the sheets off her bed, and when she searches the room, she finds nothing. The next night it happens again, but this time she decides to stay still and ignore the door to see if it goes away. You can see an object sliding on its own across the table, as well as the creepy hand over the door. Frightened by these frequent events, she decides to pack her things and stay at her mother's house for a week. For now, she still hasn't returned home, and I'm sure she's completely terrified. The original source of this video is unknown, but it was uploaded to Reddit and TikTok. In the video, we see a mysterious creature captured by a security camera. It looks like a baby, but it's definitely not a child. This creature has vampire teeth and sharp claws. So who or what could it be? Share your thoughts in the comments box. The next video is from a woman named Sarah from Colombia. She was using the bathroom when she suddenly heard a creepy scream coming from the house next door and decided to start recording. Then she sees many people outside the house who tell her that an exorcism is being performed inside after a girl and her friends summoned two spirits by playing with a Ouija board, and one of them began vomiting a strange black liquid substance and started attacking her own friend. At that moment, they also called the police to bring a straitjacket and control the situation. This is what Sarah captured.
Una camándula.
You can hear possessed screams coming from the woman next door, and the entire neighborhood is outside in complete panic when the police enter the building and try to contain the situation. The video has garnered more than 20 million views, and although we cannot see the possessed woman in question, we can hear part of the exorcism, and the reactions of the people seem quite genuine. It seems she summoned a demon through the Ouija board. It's the night of July 25th, 2024, and a girl named Celeste is alone at home, locked in her room.
No sé qué voy a hacer, me da miedo ir a ver. Yo creo que me voy a parar a ver. Me da miedo, me da miedo, me da miedo. Puta madre. Ni modo.
She's afraid to leave her bedroom, and for very good reasons. Her family left for a few nights, so she has been home alone for the last 3 nights, and every time she sleeps, she is abruptly awakened by loud sounds coming from all over the house, from things like objects moving to doors, opening and closing, and even footsteps. She finally gathers the courage to check the house and finds nothing, but when she returns to her bed, she begins to hear the same noises again. Scared, she decides to turn on the lights in the house and sets up a camera to record the area where the most noise is coming from.
Aquí voy a dejar el celular grabando aquí. A ver si capta algo, porque la neta ya me harté de que estén pasando cosas y no sepa qué es. La voy a dejar grabando y me voy a ir al cuarto. Los juro que no sé qué hacer ya. Me da mucho miedo, please, me da mucho miedo ver lo que hay. No mames. Vamos a ver. Me voy a armar de valor y vamos a ver.
She looks around one last time and doesn't see anything strange, then proceeds to look at the recorded footage and instantly runs out of the house in terror.
¿Qué pedo? ¿Por qué hace eso la cámara? Por ahí se escucha un ruido. Como por ahí. No mames. No mames. Me está dando miedo. Te lo juro que estoy temblando. ¡No mames! Plebes, me estoy muriendo dentro. Estoy aquí afuera de la casa. Me da miedo meterme ya. No sé qué hacer, plebes. Plebes, si me tocaran el corazón, me estoy muriendo.
You can see an object falling off the table by itself, and shortly after, a dark figure peeking toward the camera. Celeste is understandably terrified and runs out of the house and quickly calls the police. When the police arrive, they search the property and find no signs of anyone there. So, what exactly did Celeste capture? Let me know your opinion in the comments.
No mames!
This next video was posted online by an account dedicated to sharing videos of large ships and maritime vessels. In one video, we see a graveyard of old cruise ships that have been beached and abandoned on a shore somewhere in Turkey. But there's something else. Something a very attentive viewer noticed in the video. Pay attention. Did you see it? On board the rusty old cruise ship on the right, you can see someone, or something, walking inside. Although the ship is completely abandoned, there is no one on board, and there isn't even access to get on the ship. So could this mysterious figure be the ghost of someone who didn't survive their voyage? Leave your opinion in the comments box. Shireen Louise is a single mother of a 3-year-old girl and has recently moved into an old Victorian house in Card, England. Shortly after moving in, Shireen's daughter, little Ilya, begins to complain about a man whom she describes as having a bad head and bad eyes who marches down the upstairs hallway.
What is it?
Bad eyes.
Bad eyes?
Yeah. Bad eyes.
Bad eyes.
Yeah.
Where?
Guys.
Upstairs. Nope, no, we're not doing this.
Shireen decides to take a look at the history of the old house and discovers that it was built on an old battlefield from 1485. The worried mother now believes that her daughter might be seeing the spirit of a soldier who fought in the battle. Shireen installs a security camera in the hallway just to see what's going on. Then one night, this happens.
Come on now, I'm gonna help. Mom, Jack.
What is it?
Jack.
What?
Jack.
Scared of what? Who is it?
No.
Is someone there?
Yeah, but eyes. 2 eyes. But 2 eyes. Head. Back.
Hi.
Eye.
Hey. Oh yeah. Is he doing anything? What's he doing? Right, see you later, Mr. Soldier Man. What? Are you laughing at him? Is he being funny? Is he being funny? That's good, isn't it? You're still looking at someone. Oh my god, she's... What? No, please don't, Mummy, stop. It's okay. It's okay, sorry, you just scared Mummy. Sorry, you just scared Mummy. It's not scary. It's not scary. He's a funny friend, isn't he? He's a funny friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She hears loud noises strong enough to be picked up by the hallway security camera. Shortly after, little Ilya once again complains about the man with the bad head and bad eyes. Shireen says she originally fell completely in love with the charming Victorian house, but now she has doubts about staying and says she is worried about her daughter's safety. So is little Ilya, just 3 years old, seeing something we simply cannot see? Or is something else happening here? As always, you are the judges. You decide. The next video is from a woman who recently moved house with her daughter. The strange thing she noticed is that every time she went out and returned home, she found her daughter's bedroom light on, even though she knew very well that she had left it off.
Bueno, voy a hacer este video para ver si está prendida la luz de la pieza de las nenas. Ay, no. Tengo miedo. Yo ayer la apagué. Ay, la recontra de la lona. ¿Cómo puede ser? ¿Cómo puede ser? A ver si está abierta la puerta del placar. Y la puerta del placar abierta, la concha de la puta lora.
Noticing the closet door open and the lights on scares her even more than usual, and after asking her daughter if she was responsible, she had no other logical explanation that could explain these strange events. So she begins to think it could be something paranormal, especially because this house previously belonged to her grandfather, who passed away, and this used to be his bedroom.
Yo dejé ya prendida la luz, cosa que no tener que volver y que me encuentre con la luz prendida, o sea, que se me vuelva a prender, porque la verdad es que me da mucho miedo, de verdad. La puerta del placar no se volvió a abrir, es un ropero antiguo. Esta era la casa de mis abuelos. Mi abuelo falleció hace 3 años y esta era su habitación, así que a veces siento que está conectado él en esta casa. Pero más allá que es mi abuelo, me da miedo. Así que nada, no la vuelvo a apagar. Pero está todo en armonía y no hay nada extraño ni nada raro, sino que no vuelvo a apagar la luz porque me da miedo.
She believes it could be her grandfather using the bedroom mirror as a portal and trying to connect with her. However, viewers believe it is something sinister pretending to be her grandfather. She then decides to look inside her grandfather's old wardrobe after seeing that it opened by itself, and she finds some mysterious things inside, like a photo of her great-grandparents, her grandmother's basket, a creepy clown doll with a pull string and an eerie laugh, and another broken doll in an old suitcase. After this, she began leaving the light on so she wouldn't be scared to find it on again. She had no intention of making any paranormal content, and that was supposed to be the end. But after being accused of planning this in advance, she ended up making a follow-up video.
Acá vengo, en teoría la luz tendría que estar prendida, como ayer cuando vine, que estaba prendida porque no la volví a apagar. Así que ahora vamos a ver con qué nos encontramos. Vamos a cerrar el garage. Muy bien. Ahí. Vamos a ver con qué nos encontramos hoy. Igual esto no sé si está bueno porque no sé si estoy abriendo algún portal. Creo que va a ser el último video que hago, porque no está bueno estar molestando a las almas. En teoría tendría que estar la luz prendida. Ahí se escucha el gato de mi vecino. Ahí no hay luz. Ah, sí hay luz. Bueno, no me anda la living. Está como muy oscura la casa. Vamos a prender la luz porque me da un poquito de miedo hoy. Estoy como asustada. Ah, no te la puedo creer. ¿Y por qué se desenfoca? No sé. Pero la luz está apagada. Quiero ver si es que hay algún problema. Quiero ver si es que hay algún problema con la lamparita o algo. Ah, no, listo. Listo, buenísimo. Se apagó la luz. O sea, yo no la apagué. Claramente no sé por qué está apagada.
This time she left the light on and somehow found it off. Apart from this, the light always works normally. This only happens whenever she leaves the house. And this isn't the worst part, because the next morning she finds something terrifying. Pay attention.
No, acá estamos. La luz sigue prendida. ¿Qué mierda es eso? Esto es joda.
The daughter's push-button activated cat toy turns on by itself, making noises, and then suddenly starts moving the moment she approaches it. Many viewers believed it could have been a motion sensor toy, so once again she makes a follow-up video to prove them wrong, And that's when everyone gets chills.
Quiero mostrar una cosa, porque después me van a decir que el gato tiene una palanquita o algo para que camine o que haga miau o algo de esas cosas. La realidad es que no tiene nada, es un gato de mis hijas que solamente funciona si vos le apretás acá un botoncito que tiene. Quiero mostrar. O sea, si uno no lo aprieta, el gato no funciona. O sea, esto es real. Esto es real. No tiene nada, o sea, no tiene palanca, nada. Es solo si uno lo aprieta, que lo acabo de apretar.
The toy is activated with a button and immediately begins to move continuously while meowing, and in the other room it only moved slightly, as if it reacted when she approached, which makes this even creepier. She also explains that the wardrobe itself was very old, but she restored it and has since reorganized everything in the room, and she thinks she threw away the old creepy dolls, and no updates have been provided since then. Personally, I think it's most likely that the clown doll was responsible for this, as we've seen in previous videos. You can also see a pale figure with glowing eyes in the reflection, which I'm not sure is normal or not, but regardless of what happened, she's now happy at home with her daughter. In a dimly lit studio in Mexico, Paco, a photographer, is waiting for his friend Eduardo to arrive for a nighttime project. The silence is suddenly broken by Eduardo's voice coming through the open window, and it seems he's caught in a conversation just outside in the desolate street. Unease washes over Paco as he approaches the security camera and looks at the monitor to see what is happening outside his studio.
Güey, te juro por Dios, güey. Te lo juro por Dios que un señor me preguntó qué onda era la pinera. Te lo juro por Dios, güey. Un señor se me acercó y preguntó, oiga, disculpe, ¿dónde es la pinera? Y por eso le explico, le digo que tenía que cruzar y darle más para abajo, güey, te lo juro. Te lo juro, güey, no mames.
Eduardo insists he was giving directions to a man, but the security camera footage only shows a mysterious translucent figure passing near him. So did Eduardo really speak to a ghost, or is it all a well-crafted hoax? Let me know your opinion in the comments. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one.